How do the Niners match up with the Cowboys? What do you think?
I think they match up pretty well. In if you look at it from a grand, like just a broad picture, I think Dallas actually. We talked about this like 3 weeks ago, I think, when we talked about how the Niners had some 2011 Giants vibes, all of that. This was before the Tennessee game, I want to say. Maybe it was even before the second Seattle game, but we talked about it, and I basically said at that time, I don't mind if they play Tampa. I don't mind if they play the Rams. I don't mind if they play Arizona. It was really Green Bay who I felt was the best team, and Dallas was the one I was a little nervous about just based on matchup. And the reason Dallas kind of worries me is one, I think Dallas is one of the few teams that has playmakers to
Yeah,
the
let's
level
break
the
it down in
Niners
two
have
ways.
them.
What Dallas, the threats Dallas poses, and why the Niners match up well after that. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, the
what Dallas
threats
should be worried
Dallas
about.
poses
Yeah,
is that, as bad as Mike McCarthy is as an in-game clock manager, they have Dallas has talent. Dallas has a few players that are exceptional, like the
yeah,
49ers have, right?
yeah,
Micah Parsons is an exceptional player. He's like a Nick Bosa, like a
yeah,
Trent Williams, like a Debo Samuel.
yeah. And
Dak
that's the
Prescott's a
rookie first round pick, right?
Yes, Dak
Yeah,
Prescott's a very good quarterback. Their defensive line has been kicking butt all year. Randy Gregory's been kicking butt. Tank Lawrence has been kicking butt. Um, their secondary, sure, Trevon Diggs gets beat a lot, but you know what? When you have a corner that's giving you 11 interceptions in a season, to me, as much as he's getting beat, he's still a net positive. I would prefer, a steadier corner, but if you have one that can get you 11 interceptions, that's almost an interception a game. That's unheard of production. So that's another playmaker. And then their offense, right? Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, it's pretty stacked. They have a good offensive line. Tyron Smith, Zach Martin are back to playing at the level that they were playing, a few years ago. So I think that Dallas does pose a threat to the 49ers from the sense that I think they're they match up better with the 49ers than the Rams do or Tampa does or Arizona does. Because the thing with them that I think with their defense is they've kind of become the antithesis of usual Pete Carroll defenses, right? They're usually very consistent. They don't give up big plays. They make
mm,
you nickel and dime up the field. Dallas's defense actually will give up big plays. They do
mm,
give up big plays, but they also make a lot of plays on defense. They're a very aggressive defense, and
mm,
that's what kind of worries me against the Niners because when you have a defense which Dan Quinn has kind of become the opposite of what his entire MO was. He now takes
mm,
chances and he's aggressive. When you have a defense that takes chances, sure, the Niners are going to hit big plays against them, but Dallas's defense is also going to make
mm,
plays against the
mm.
Niners defense, and it's going to be big plays. It's going to be turnovers. It's going to be yards for a loss. It's going to be sacks. It's going to be forced fumbles, and those type of things is
And
what
generally
worries.
the Niners lose when they turn the ball over unless they're playing the
Right,
Rams or the Vikings.
right,
Yes.
and so that's what worries me. Where they
Yeah.
match up well with Dallas is I think Dallas is a smaller, faster defense. Niners are going to be able to
Mm,
push them around and run the
got it.
football. That's
Got it.
going to happen. I
Got it.
don't think Dallas. I think Dallas is going to have a tough time with Debo Samuel. I think Dallas is going to have a tough time with George Kittle. I think the physicality
Mm,
of the Niners is going to come through, and if the Niners can get a lead, I do think the Niners defense is very good to the point that one, I think they'll take Zeke Elliott out of this game, but
mm,
two, I think they can keep and Dak Prescott is they'll make Dak Prescott be very patient. Where even though he is a patient quarterback as opposed to Stafford, you said he can get impatient at times. Dak Prescott will continue to take what the defense gives him all the way up the field. So I think it's a really interesting matchup to be honest. I actually don't know who's winning this game. If the Niners were playing Tampa first round or the Rams first round, I would tell you today that I think the Niners are going to win. But Dallas is the one team I don't know as much.
I think the Niners can win this game with Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's troubling that Dallas has a big advantage at the most important position. Um, but I still think the Niners can win this game
Hmm.
with Jimmy Garoppolo. Uh, as you said, Dallas is kind of soft on defense, and if you're soft on defense against the Niners, really pretty much all the Niners have to do is commit to the run and not turn the ball over, and you're in big
Right.
trouble. You're in big trouble. Yeah, yeah.
They
All
have to
right.
just give themselves an opportunity to run it.
Yeah. And really, as long as Elijah Mitchell's healthy and Debo Samuel's healthy and Kyle Shanahan's had a good night's sleep, I think they should stick to the script and probably, I don't know. I mean, the defense is playing so well right now that earlier in the year, I was thinking, man, they can't match up with these wide receivers. Now I'm thinking, I
Right,
don't
and
know.
we're gonna have
Yeah.
to see, right? Because
Yeah.
they had one big injury, I thought, on defense yesterday, and that was Jaquiski
Hard,
Tartt.
Tart,
And if
good
Tart
point.
doesn't play, then I think there's going to be some issues because we
Yeah,
saw the Rams offense, the one drive they did have in the second half, which was also Stafford making two unbelievable throws, the slot fade to Cup, which he basically backpedaled and threw on a fadeaway and put it on
yeah,
a dime to Cup,
yeah,
who basically Jimmy Ward had clamped up. And
yeah,
then the touchdown throw to Cup, which was he threw basically a layered ball with touch through basically like a one
yeah,
inch window. That was an absolute beauty of a throw. That drive happened after the five straight whatever, or I think it
yeah.
was four straight drives where they shut him down, and that one drive I thought was the first drive I saw Dante
It got
Johnson
weird.
playing
Yeah,
safety and
yeah.
subbing in for the injured Jaquaski Tart. So to me, if Tart is healthy, I think a lot of offenses will struggle to move the ball on the 49ers, though I think Dallas's offense is one of the offenses that can actually do a bit better as opposed to the Rams, as opposed to Tampa, who's bereft of everything right now.
I mean, yesterday to me was a playoff game, and they won it without Trent freaking Williams.
Yeah.
How wild would it be if they end up losing to the Dallas Cowboys in another playoff game because they don't have Tart, who they totally didn't respect all year, value? They've been trying to push out the door, and it seems like they just realized he's really important. I don't know. We're so much better with him on the field. Oop, he may not be there, but I don't know. We don't know yet, but Niners better hope he is. They might want to reconsider replacing him this offseason. So the only thing with Tart is he's hurt again, man. He's hurt
It's the
again.
injuries, right?
He's
But
hurt
that's the
again.
thing. They
He
they
needs
also
you.
missed
Yeah,
K'Wan Williams in this game, and
exactly.
K'Wan Williams is
Good
a
point.
big time player for them.
That's a
So
great point. Yeah, K1 and Tart are real similar like that. Real similar. So solid when they're on the field.